Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the auger motor in a Frigidaire refrigerator. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a Phillips and a flathead screwdrivers, a 1/4-inch nut driver, a large flathead screwdriver, a pair of vice grips, and some penetrating oil. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new auger motor. The auger motor turns the auger, dispensing the ice cubes on demand. If the ice is no longer coming out of the dispenser, it's time to check the auger motor and replace it if needed. To get to the part, we need to open the freezer door. To remove the ice container and auger assembly, all we need to do is just lift it up slightly and pull it out. Now we can pull out the ice cream shelf. Now, using the 1/4-inch nut driver, we're going to loosen up those 2 screws at the top of the ice maker. Lift the ice maker up and take it off the screws. Hold it up, and next we need to pull out this plug. After that, we can drop the ice maker slowly down, and then we can disconnect the plug by pressing those 2 tabs on the side and pulling it apart. And now we can pull the ice maker out. The auger motor is located behind this panel on the left. To get there, we need to remove the whole assembly, which is like ice container support and auger motor and solenoid support. Those are 2 1/4-inch screws that holds the assembly in place. So we're going to take them out with the 1/4-inch nut driver. So now we need to lift up the end here and remove that whole support from the rear hooks. Careful, do not just let it go, because there is a plug at the back that we need to disconnect. All right, there's 2 tabs on the sides. Squeeze it and disconnect it. If you have any problem with it, you probably would need use the flathead screwdriver to push the tabs. Let's bring this support assembly to the workable place, and we're going to start with taking out the light bulb, just in case nobody wants to break it. Unscrew it, turning it counterclockwise, and put it away. Now we need to take 4 screws to remove this back cover. There's 2 Phillips screws on the bottom and 2 Phillips screws on the top right there. So we're going to take a Phillips screwdriver and remove those 4 screws. I'm going to turn it over. And now we can remove the rear cover. So now we're going to do spraying the penetrating oil onto the shaft and leave it there, so it will do its work of breaking down the corrosion and rust. Next, we're going to remove the ground wire using the Phillips screwdriver. Take out that single screw that holds the wire, and now we can remove the wires from the terminals. I'm going to use the flathead screwdriver, pry it off. And now we're going to get back to the coupling. To remove it, I'm going to use a wise grip. I'm going to put it on the shaft. Lock it and put it against the against the side. And now we can take a large screwdriver. In this case, I'm using the flathead screwdriver. You can use anything you want, anything that would be safe to handle, and turn it counterclockwise to unscrew the coupling from the shaft. Put it aside. Remove the vice grips. And next we are going to take out the 3 Phillips screws that actually holds the old auger motor. Turn it over, and there you go. This is the old auger motor. This is the old auger motor next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. So now we can install the new auger motor. We have 3 holes, and we have 3 mounting holes on the motor. So we're going to face it this way. Make sure you're not gonna put the green wire under the motor. And then we can turn it upside down here. Then we can turn it over, match the holes. And install 1 screw first. Tighten it with a Phillips screwdriver. And the second screw. And then we can install the 3rd screw. And now we can tighten them all. Right, turn it over again. And now we're gonna put the wires onto the motor. We have two wires and 2 terminals. In this case, it doesn't matter which one goes where. So let's place one of them. And the second one. And now we can install the ground wire. I'm going to put it on the Phillips screwdriver, put it down the match the holes. And secure the ground wire to the motor. So now we're going to install the coupling. I'm going to put it on the shaft and turn it clockwise. It's a regular thread. to tighten it. And again, put on the vice grip, hold down the shaft. And we're going to use that screwdriver to tighten it. Turn it clockwise. Remove the vice grip. And now we're going to put back on the cover. Place the wire harness into the cutout. And then match the two holes here. And secure it with a couple of Phillips screws at the bottom. Turn it over. And install two screws on the top. So altogether 4 Phillips screws. And now we can put the light bulb in. Install the light bulb, turn it clockwise. Now it's ready to go into the fridge. And now we can install the ice container support in. We're going to plug this first into the rear panel plug. So now we're going to hook this support on the back brackets. And now we're going to secure this with 2 1/4-inch screws using the nut driver. And I'm going to connect the plug here. It will go only one way in. Make sure the tabs are locked on the sides. And then I'm going to lift up the ice maker. Now we need to put this plug out of the way. It'll go inside the box on the back. Hang this ice maker on the 2 screws. And now before we tighten the screws, make sure that the fill tube is inside the water container here. Now we can tighten the screws. And use a 1/4-inch nut driver and tighten both screws. Turn on the ice maker. Okay, now we're going to put the ice cream shelf on. There's tabs on the bottom and slide it on the 2 supports. Before installing an ice container, I'd like you to pay attention to one little detail, very important. This part of the coupling is supposed to be oriented different way than the coupling at the back there. In our case, it's actually the same way. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn the auger 90 degrees, 85 degrees approximately. And then we can install ice container in auger assembly by just sliding it in. Make sure it locks. And we can close the door now. Plug the fridge back in and make sure it's cooling. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other repair videos available on our site, on Facebook, and on YouTube.